This Atma Dharma, or we belong to one family, divinity is within, and that quality of immortality, consciousness, knowledge, and bliss, that is Shashwata, eternal. It is perennial. It is not that after realization these qualities will come to you. No. The quality already within you, but it should be manifested. That's all what we need. If this is the way we have to live, Arjuna on one hand is telling this Jati Dharma, Kula Dharma, they will be uprooted, but he is not understanding this. He is telling, I am born with this body, the body has a gender. It is a male body or a female body. It has its own nature. The male body or female body, they want to be united, they to married. You are telling meditate, should I not follow this path of family? Who told who will not follow? But you are not understanding. Jati Dharma, one is gender, one is the caste or the nature which I have. Should I cut down and eliminate it? No. Here what is happening, Arjuna's statement of Jati Dharma, Kula Dharma, all these if we take into spiritual meaning or even outer meaning, he is not able to understand properly. Mr. Confused Arjuna is talking like wise and intelligent person, but without understanding the real meaning or real life as a beginner in the spiritual path. Now, this state of devastation, it is sadhaka vritti viparjaya. This state of inner devastation in a seeker. What shall I do? I decided to come to this path. When I have come to this path, I find it is difficult, it is troublesome, and what will happen to me if I just control my senses or mind? Am I really going to a state, or I think this path is not mine, I think I will just go away from here? It is not my way. Arjuna's confusion is the apprehension of every seeker. I will sum up the apprehensions into 8 points. The first apprehension, if I really get rid of these senses and mind, there will be nothing which is known as enjoyment. Bhoga. Indriya vichcheda, indriya uchcheda, bhoga sunyata. There is no bhoga enjoyment. If I really follow this path, how shall I survive? How shall I live if I cannot use my senses or mind or all this? What will happen to me? The second is, if I follow this path of discipline, there is destruction of family. If I come to this path, there is conflict in the family. There is conflict with my friends. My friends tell, come and let us go to movie, but my mind is telling, or my teacher is telling, come and meditate. My family members telling, get married. But when I come to this path, I feel I don't want to marry, or I don't want to marry now. So there is problem in the family, problem with the friends. Inwardly, there is problem with the so-called friends, my old emotions. Old emotions, old habits coming up, I have problem with my own mind. The third, when I follow this path of self-discipline, there is blockage of natural evolution. Natural evolution, just like in a family, father, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, it is a natural evolution of the family tree. Similarly, in me, my thought, my feelings, my enjoyment, my extrovert stage, all this natural evolution, it will not take place. So if I follow this path of yoga or meditation or spiritual life, is it not going to stop my natural evolution? Now, the fourth, if I really follow this path of discipline or self-control, when the natural habits, tendencies are destroyed, is it not creating a dislike, hatred for something? For example, be vegetarian. Somebody is teaching, be vegetarian. In Kriya, we don't force, be this. You will tell in ashram you do this. Is it not an indirect way of pressurizing people to do this? It is a discipline here, but choice is yours. This is a food or lifestyle we live here because of our discipline. But when you follow your own path, you take your own choice. It doesn't mean that you have to be like this. So when one doesn't follow one's own nature, own tendency, or one is not following Prakriti Dharma, one is not following one's own natural tendency, so there is inner dislike or hatred. Suppose some people, it happens, if one is a strong propagator of vegetarian food, will dislike non-vegetarian food, will always speak against non-vegetarian food. I will tell one incident. When I was young, before my initiation, coming to Gurudev, I have come to Gurudev. Gurudev is sitting, some disciples sitting in the room. I sat in the back. Somebody is exchanging his view with Gurudev and he is arguing. He is arguing with Gurudev that vegetarian food is good. And Gurudev is just countering him. I am sitting in the back. Gurudev is telling, do you think that all vegetarian people will go to God? If all vegetarian people will go to God, all cows, deer, rabbit, they will go to heaven. Gurudev is telling. He is telling vegetarian food is good. Gurudev said, which type of body you like? Is it a trim, well-suppled body, or it is a big belly like this? And if you look at the nature, the elephant, the cow, they have such big belly. If you look at the tiger and the lion, they have very trim body. Whatever he is telling, Gurudev is countering. Do you know why? Because to hit his ego. When he is going like this, Gurudev said, gentleman, why you are a non-vegetarian? He got really shocked. No, Swamiji, I am a completely vegetarian. Gurudev said, no, you are a non-vegetarian. He said, no. Gurudev said, thinking means eating. Thinking of non-vegetarian food, bad is also eating, because your mind is always in a negative way towards food. Annam nanindyat. Annam brahmaiti vyajanat. Yes, you like vegetarian food, you like it. You have some logic in favor of vegetarian food, fine. But don't force others. Don't force and impose your ideas on others. Anybody who gets this evolution feels, I don't like it anymore. It should come from within. I don't like. However, he is telling that when there is natural tendency or natural dharma is destroyed, there is rise of adharma, dislike, hatred. If somebody is smoking, we dislike. If somebody is not following some discipline, we become too critical, which is not good. Arjuna is apprehending, it is not spirituality to dislike or to hate non-veg people and so on. Then he is telling, when this type of hatred or dislike, ego develops in the name of spirituality, they might have real spiritual strength decreased, or the spiritual power is polluted. When spiritual qualities are polluted, spiritual qualities as Kulas 3. When they are polluted, so there is confused thoughts coming. When there is Varna Sankara or confusion of thought, the ancestors, they will be unhappy, and the descendants, they will be in trouble. Meaning, when your thoughts are polluted, your memory is in troublesome state, and next step of your life, your descendants is in not on the clear path. So then he is telling, because of this jati and dharma, varna dharma, kshaya, there is chaos in one's life. These are the 8 steps or 8 points he raised. Arjuna is raising in his discussion or his talk with Lord Krishna.